Hello, VBLOGers. Well, you're probably wondering why there was such a massive gap at the end of the sort of, you were working up to a finale and then just sort of died. The vlog vanished. I got horrifically ill, basically, is my excuse. I mean, seriously bad. I mean, we're talking sort of T-virus and Resident Evil levels of ill. I was in a bad way, and so yeah, and so I just sort of had to stop making the other vlogs. But this is it anyway. We are at the end of the season. I mean, I would have been saying this like, about 10 days ago if I hadn't been horrifically ill. And season 2 is in theory over. I know it wasn't as big as season 1. But I still think we had a good adventure. We went to we did my one-man show. We travelled to oh, that was cool, wasn't it? Did you see that? We travelled, yeah. I like that. Okay, that's kind of cool. Sorry. So we travelled to Edinburgh and we put on street shows there. I got thoroughly exhausted. Then I went to York and did I Am Tim, and lots of cool, interesting things happened on the way. I reviewed lots of shows. I met extraordinary people. I got lots of people to tell jokes. I had a good time. It was a good story. Next summer, the plan possibly is going to Europe. Which would be great, and yes, obviously there will be a vlog season 3 next summer. But what between now and then? Well, similarly to what happened with the vlog beforehand, I will be occasionally, and I mean occasionally, posting big rants basically about stuff that happens. We got very political last year. Not sure if that's going to happen this year. Don't know what's really going to happen. Part of me wants to sort of unleash a massive rant about how I wish both the Pope and Richard Dawkins would just learn to, stop worrying and enjoy their lives, frankly, and stop shoving their beliefs down everyone's throat, frankly, is what it comes down to. And I'm not going to go into that right now because I don't want to open the big can of worms that happens whenever you insult a big, gigantic religious figure like Richard Dawkins. Therefore, I'm not going to do that. Instead, what am I going to do? I'm going to leave you with one kind of simple thought that happened just the other day after I was coming off the illness. I was just coming back from London with a very big bag that I had to leave in London for failure. And on the way to the train station, from the tube station, a very sort of angry man wouldn't allow me to take the bag onto the train using a trolley. He said I couldn't go down through the thing using a trolley, and was very rude and very angry to me and shouted at me and told me not to do that. And then when he could have just said, take it off, sorry, you can't do that, and that made me feel really, really bad and kind of, unhappy. Then I got on the train, head back to where, away from London, and to where I am now, Casa del Lean, and I left the bloody bag on the train. And I noticed, like 5 minutes after I got off the train, so I ran around to the other side and told the guard, and he said, oh, sorry about that, we'll sort that out. So he rang the person up on the train, and they got the bag off the train onto the next train coming back the other way, and all I had to do was wait there like 15 minutes, pick up the bag, and then head off. And that made me feel fabulous. So basically what I'm saying here is this. In your life, you can be an annoying little git who gets rude and shirty with someone who pushing a trolley, or you can be a charming little guy who gets friendly and nice and helps out someone who left a bag on a train. Now, imagine that every person you met during your day today, or the day you've just had, that's possibly better. Imagine that everyone in the day you just had were bag on train people. Think about what a great day that would have been. And you've all had days where you've met nothing but trolley on tube people. And if everyone watching this, only just the few of you, sort of resolves to try their best to be bag on train people, not trolley on tube people. These are the science: bag on train, trolley on tube, bag on train, trolley on tube. That's a new dance we just invented. Bag on train, trolley on tube. Sorry. If you resolve to be one person, not the other person, and that sort of spreads around a bit, that could result in a pretty decent world, I think. Maybe. See you, VBLOGers. VBLOG.